I've been buying Bitcoin in Canada since 2017 and only just figured it out. I wasted almost 10% of my holdings in fees I could have avoided, and my funds were frozen for 8 weeks because I didn't know how to take custody. This isn't my story. It's from a member of my subreddit, Crypto Canada, which you should totally follow, by the way, if you're a Canadian in crypto. And before we dive in, shout out to Clutzy Baseball 8495 for sharing this. When they posted this, it went viral. Over 80,000 views, hundreds of comments. How? Because this exact story, these same painful mistakes have happened to so many crypto beginners I talked to in Canada, and this is why it resonated. So let's break down their journey from lazy buyer to savvy Bitcoiner, and I'll show you the non-custodial, low-fee method you need to adopt so you don't lose 10% and get your funds frozen for 8 weeks, like they did. Let's get into it.
Disclaimer: this video does not constitute financial and legal advice in any way whatsoever, but for information purposes only. When making financial and legal decisions and commitments, we strongly recommend you consult your professional financial and legal services provider.
The start was easy.
I started with Coinbase because everyone said they were the most reputable back in the day. The 4% fees seemed steep, but I figured that's the price of safety, right? So I kept buying through them for years.
Fast forward to 2022, our guy wanted to switch to Shakepay. Lower fees, better for Canadians. But here's where the nightmare began.
I tried to withdraw my Bitcoin, and mid-process Coinbase froze my account for suspicious activity. The only message I could see was, "Your account is temporarily unavailable. Support will reach out soon."
A week passed, 2 weeks, nothing. He had to create a new account just to ask about his old one. And what was that suspicious activity? Simply wanting to move his own Bitcoin to a different platform after years of loyalty. This was his wake-up call. And when he truly understood what "not your keys, not your coins" means, after 8 weeks of back and forth, they wouldn't let him transfer, and his only option was to sell it to Canadian dollars. And the damage was brutal. He already spent 4% fee to buy. Now he got to spend 4% fee to sell, plus wire transfer fee, and then 1.5% fee to buy back on Shakepay. Total loss was almost 10% of his holdings, and he lost thousands because of unnecessary fees and ridiculous platform lockout.
Goodbye, Coinbase. Hello, Shakepay. They were a breath of fresh air. Support replied within hours. Great Canadian platform.
But after the trauma, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease.
Still not my keys, still not my coins.
This is finally when he started researching hardware wallets. And this is Coldcard, which is the gold standard for Bitcoin maxis, but it looked complicated as hell to him. It's indeed a little advanced, but in my opinion, not really that hard. You can check out my review over here if you're curious. He almost talked himself out of it. He thought Shakepay won't disappear, right? Then came the final trigger. Catalyx's Canadian exchange collapsed. Those users still haven't gotten their money yet. That's the cold, hard reality of custodial risk. It doesn't matter how safe an exchange seems. If you don't control the keys, you are gambling. He went for Trezor, and as he says, with all due respect to the Coldcard crowd, Trezor was way easier for a beginner. And indeed, it's easier to use, and I recently shared my review on Trezor.
Setting it up was surprisingly simple. For the first time, I had my own Bitcoin address with keys I controlled.
His new routine was buying Bitcoin on Shakepay, immediately sent to Trezor.
So here's the crazy part. I randomly read a Reddit comment where someone mentioned cashing out CAD directly from their Trezor using Bull Bitcoin last month. And this is where it gets ridiculous. I'd been seeing Bull Bitcoin and Bitcoin Well recommended in crypto subreddits for years. These two let you buy BTC directly to your wallet. No middleman exchange needed. And get this? I'd had a Bull Bitcoin account since 2022.
These two services let you buy Bitcoin directly to your own wallet. No middleman exchange needed. I have reviews on my channel for both of them, as well as referral links with great bonuses for you. My Bull Bitcoin referral link will provide you with a 0.25% permanent trading fee discount, while Bitcoin Well will provide you with 1,000 points you could use within the platform. And I highly recommend trying both of them and seeing which one fits your needs. But I personally use Bull Bitcoin more often. Using my referral links also helps keep this channel running independently. I'll leave the links in the description and stick them to the first comment. I appreciate the support. So now he had his Trezor Bitcoin address, so he tried it. Send Interact e-transfer to Bull Bitcoin, and Bitcoin appeared directly in his Trezor Wallet. Cheaper fees, zero custodial risk, complete control. So here's what Klutzy Baseball 8495 learned so you don't have to. Exchanges are convenient, but risky. Custodial risk is real. Coinbase froze his account for 8 weeks. And if you read Trustpilot reviews of many other custodial exchanges like Kraken or BitBuy, you'll see he's not the only one. Fees add up fast. He lost thousands. And most important, non-custodial services exist. Bull Bitcoin and Bitcoin Well. Finally, hardware wallets aren't scary. Trezor took him 20 minutes to set up. And again, you can also check out my review, and it's indeed very easy. If you're in Canada and you're new to buying Bitcoin, do what he recommends now. Skip the exchanges entirely and go straight to buying non-custodially with hardware wallet. Don't be lazy. Take an afternoon to educate yourself. Your future self will thank you. If this whole story resonates with you and you don't want to make the same mistakes, I've almost finished my crypto course for beginners specifically for Canada because we have some unique regulations here. It covers all of this and more. If you're interested, you can sign up on my website, link in the description, to get a $100 discount when it launches. Learn the right way from day one. If you really like this Reddit story, again, follow my Crypto Canada subreddit. I see people really love share that long stories that may teach you something new about crypto. And if you like this format, please hit that like button so I see my audience like that type of videos. Subscribe if you're from Canada and into crypto, and let me know in the comments, are you still keeping your Bitcoin on exchange? And see you in the next video.